Welcome guys to part 2 of ROX Rare Looting 101. Today we're gonna discuss all about Odin's Blessing, all about card probability rates, and level gap. So stick around and watch the video. Now before we begin, you might notice I'm not speaking in Filipino. That's because I received a lot of comments requesting for English subtitles. And quite possibly every video moving forward, I'm gonna do in English as well for our international audience or future international audience. So in the last video, I shared my personal experience and ideas on getting better chances of getting rare loot. Many of you have been messaging me on Facebook how the video has helped you out, and I'm really glad that I was just able to help. But then I noticed a few comments saying that Odin's Blessing doesn't help, or that the drop rate is fixed and that level gap doesn't really matter. Typically, I would have dismissed that as a sort of rumor going around the community. But what really caught my attention was that some of the comments say that this information actually came from ROX customer support. And that is not a good thing. So of course, as any responsible content creator would do, I dug deeper into the topic. I did more research. I even reached out to ROX customer support to help clear things out. And I found a lot of exciting information. Let's start with ROX customer support. I reached out, I messaged them. Fortunately, they were able to clear things out for us. I'm gonna share this to you right now. I'm gonna show you guys my conversation with ROX customer support. I'm gonna read the chat for the sake of you watching from tiny screens, like say if you're watching from a mobile phone. Okay, so here it is. Here's the chat log of my conversation with ROX customer support. I messaged them pretty late. It's actually at around 12:21, so that's 21 minutes past midnight. And I wasn't really expecting any response because it's already out of office hours. So I said hello, and the system generated message replied, "Thank you for contacting us. We will get back to you within 24 hours." But I went on and asked my question anyway. I said I would like to get a deeper understanding of how loot works in ROX. I understand that using Odin's Blessing grants 5 times more drop rate, as long as the user base level is within 6 levels of the monster. And yet I see people saying that Odin's Blessing does not affect the drop rate of cards. They also say this is according to customer support staff. At this point in the conversation, it was already pretty clear that no one's gonna be able to answer. But as you can see, I phrased the next question in a way that all they had to do was say, "Yes, you are correct," or "No, this is how it works." Alright? I asked, so let's say the chances of getting cards is 0.01%. Or, in simpler terms, 1 out of 10,000. If I understand this correctly, Odin's Blessing increases the drop rate or the number of loot being dropped, but the chances of these drops being a card is 0.01%. Is this correct? That was my question. A few minutes went by, and I'm not sure if this was an auto-generated response. It sure sounds like it though, but it said, "Dear players, your question is being followed up. Please continue to wait. We will reply to you as soon as possible." So, as soon as I got this reply, it was pretty clear that no one was gonna be able to answer immediately. So I didn't wait. I slept it off and went back to my messages as soon as I woke up. And this is their reply. They said, "Hi, adventurer. Thank you for getting." I'm assuming they meant thank you for waiting. "Yes, player, you are correct. It is also based on the rarity of the card, how hard it is for you to get." What does this mean? It means I was correct when I said that Odin's blessing increases the drop rate or the number of loot being dropped. But the chances of these drops being a card is 0.01 or some percentage whatsoever. Interestingly enough, they mentioned that not all cards have the same probability. And then what's more interesting is the next conversation. I said, I happened to chance upon a Reddit link that also seems to be a data dump of Ragnarok X. It seems to show the actual rarity of every card. So not all cards have the same rarity then. Thank you for the prompt response. That was what I said. And customer support replied casually with, "You're welcome, sir. Is there anything else I can help you with?" What basically happened was they gave me an idea that not all cards have the same probability. But anyway, I replied with, "That would be all. Thanks." And they said, "Dear adventurer, for more further questions, feel free to message us. Thank you for taking the time, blah, blah, blah. We appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. How would you rate your experience?" So I gave them 5 stars. Their answer pretty much confirmed what I've been saying all along. And to top it off, they added, "Hello dear adventurer, my name is Roy, your customer service for today. Make sure to use your Odin's blessing and make sure there's so big gap in your level." I'm assuming so means no. So make sure there's no big gap in your level. If you have any question in the future, don't hesitate to contact us again. Thank you. That was the conversation that I had with ROX customer support regarding Odin's blessing, loot probability, card probability, and I have to say it was very enlightening, to say the least. Okay, so ROX support confirms that the cards don't have a fixed probability rate. They also told us that the probability rates vary depending on the card. And on top of that, they also recommended that we use Odin's blessing and to make sure that there are no considerable gaps when it comes to level between you and the monster. As for the people who have been told by customer support that Odin's blessing does not affect the probability rate of cards, that was also true, alright? So if that's true, then how does Odin's blessing improve our chances to get cards then? You might ask. Let me explain. So Odin's blessing increases drop rate, alright? Not the probability of the loot being a card. That's different. It means when Odin's blessing is turned on, you get more drops. When you get more drops, you get more chances of ending up with the card loot. If you'd like to know about specific cards' probability rate, you can check out my live stream. I've prepared commands that you can use on the live chat that would automatically reply with the information that you need for that specific card. If you haven't seen the first video on this topic, I'm gonna add English subtitles to it anyway. So I'm gonna add the link into the description and you can check it out at a later time. Lastly, if you're watching on Facebook, feel free to follow my gaming page. I do live stream Mondays to Saturdays at around 5 p.m. Manila time. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.